Hey guys, it's Shane from Blackstone, joined as always by Mike.
How's it going?
And on today's episode of Fire and Order, we're spotlighting Bul Armory, a brand known for competition roots and great value.
And we're not just talking about them, we're taking them to the range for a speed test and see how they really perform.
Let's do it. All right, let's talk just a little bit about the brand, the Bul Armory brand itself. For the price point of the gun, I think it's packed with a lot of options.
Yeah, it's cool because they're manufactured in Israel and then imported through Miami. And they're doing a lot of their business here. They're kind of like become the up and coming brand for those who are not interested in jumping into like a Staccato or a Terran or something like that on that high end. Still want the features, but don't really necessarily want the price point. They come in both options for single stack, and we have some double stack 1911s. We're not saying the other word today, Shane.
Stuck on the 2011.
You can't say it. But we're feature packed, so we've got a lot of options. Everything from 3 1/4 all the way up to the 5-inch or the race guns or anything else in between. One of the things I like is the finishes. You don't see a lot of these the nickel kind of style finishes on a lot of guns.
It's a really hard finish on it. So
yeah, I mean, I figured you'd be drawn more to this 1911 since both world wars. But yeah, for the double stack 1911 platform, you do have that polymer grip frame, and this gun is clear. One of the cool things about these is you do have options for porting too.
So that porting's a big deal. I mean, if you've never really shot a ported gun, it looks like a drag car when you actually shoot, especially if you shoot a low light conditions.
Like a V8 ports
yeah, it's a V8 at port. So that's a pretty neat little option for the gun. So even a carry gun, a lot of people, whether they like a ported gun to carry or not. I carry a ported gun as my everyday carry. So you'll have people that argue the fact, but it is loud, but other than that, it keeps the muzzle flat. So
yeah, I mean, these are dressed up with some Holosun optics, but I believe all the Buls actually do come with plates from multiple different optics.
So that is a big plus, I think. I mean, you've got to figure you're not spending $150 on a plate, a different mounting plate, depending on what optic you're gonna run. It comes with those right out there, right from the gate. So it's pretty neat. So.
Yeah, there are some downsides to them, obviously. Like every firearm has its own downsides. In this case, the proprietary magazines, these don't take those staccato style or footprint magazines.
Right.
But they do have some good availability with those, and price point, they are priced right for the market.
I think they're readily available, so there's actually plenty of magazines
and they come in a bunch of different capacities too.
They do. I know with with some of the carry models and stuff as well. So I know some of the ultras. So the ultras.
No, that ultra light's pretty cool.
It's a pretty hard gun to get your hands on. You know what I mean? So it's a pretty neat. But once you mess with it a little bit, it's in high demand. So it's a neat little setup.
They're very in demand firearms. Right in line with like that Staccato CS or something of that footprint.
Right.
But you do have that double stack capability, slightly wider body. But
super crazy light.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. It feels like it's made out of air. But you're used to carrying something big and heavy like this. That's your thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
45 AARP.
Yeah. Hey, can't go wrong with a 45.
All right, Shane. So Bul does have a lot of options, right? So why don't we dive into one of the guns that we have here? We have a Tac Pro here. That's one of our range guns. Let's go over some of the features and what it comes with and what some options are. This one's been well used and abused. It is one of our range guns. It's got plenty of thousands of rounds to it. It gets rented just about every day. This one needs to be lubed up a little bit, but we'll show a clear gun. So that is clear. But let's talk about it a little bit. What's in this gun?
All right, so right off the, straight from the factory, V8 ported system on a Bul barrel. So that's a big deal. Like I say, it's coming already ported. It's not something you have to send out, and get extra work done on it. So it's coming ported from the factory. So if you look at it,
very dry.
That's a pretty neat little option from the start. So if you add that, it's going to shoot flat, 3-pound trigger, stock 3-pound trigger, and it comes stock with 4 20-round mags. So that's a pretty good. You're getting 4 mags right, from the start. So that's a pretty good little option.
Yeah, man. I think there's a lot of stuff on here. To dive into it more in depth. I mean, you have that removable mag well. I mean, this one stands pretty well on this mag well, which is kind of crazy. You talked about the V8 porting. What does that V8 porting really do for you? It kind of flattens that muzzle out, right?
It does. It's a crazy in the muzzle reduction and muzzle flipped. Like I say, it's loud. And if anybody tells you they've shot one, even with hearing protection on, it's loud. You feel the, in your face, but it's one of those deals to where if you're going to shoot it and, shoot it fast, the porting's going to help. So it's one of those things to where I think the juice is worth the squeeze on that.
Sometimes it's cool to look, you know, you get those cool points from the fire breathing.
Yeah, it looks like a drag car when it's taking off. So
we're gonna shoot it anyway. So when we shoot it, I'm sure we'll see some of that.
For what you get for all of that, with all the different plates, you know, the mounting plates, it comes with about every mounting plate you'd want. Less than the optic, you know, the other than optic, you're getting everything for, you know, a little less than $2,500. So it's a pretty good little price point.
Yeah. Plus you get the nickel finish. I mean, this is a 4 1/4 inch right here. You have the ambi safety on here. Polymer grip frame, like I said, the removable magazine. Well, a ton of optic lights. I mean, you get the range bag too, cleaning kit. You said all the 4 mags, but the BAO system.
Badass optic.
Is that what it stands for?
I don't know. It sounds cool.
I mean, it does sound cool. So you get cool points for that.
That's exactly right.
Maybe we should talk to them, have them rename it.
Yeah.
Let's just rename it.
Might be Bul Armory optic, but it sounds better. Badass optic.
That does sound better.
So,
but I mean, you have a whole bunch of different optics. I mean, everything from the K mounts for the Holosuns to the Shield Arm SC, all your Trijicon RMRs and whatnot. In this case, the 507T.
Right.
Or 508T? 508T.
All right.
508T, which is a great optic. I mean, I personally have one. They're great optics. I mean, that's a titanium housing on that gun, on that optic, and you can just beat the snot out of it. You
can tell with all the, you know, that it gets actually, you know, used and abused, it's still holding up really well. So, and especially the finish and stuff on it. You can tell it's dirty, but it's still a good shooter.
Yeah, it's well loved. I can say that much. And they did shoot it a lot and put it away dry. So we'll have to make sure we leave that up for it. It sets its own area of the market, right? You know, you have your low end stuff, your sub $1,000 or, you know, under $1,500 guns. You have your Springfield Prodigies and stuff like that. Then you kind of go into that no man's land, right? Where that $2,000 and up ballpark. Then when you hit that other ballpark where you're that $2,000 and up, you have a ton of options. I think Bul kind of found that middle market where they packed a ton of features and you get some good guns for the price point.
Right, I agree. Because if you would end up buying a base gun of different, you know, and then have to set it off to actually get all this done to it, I think you'd have a lot of money tied up, but it's coming straight from the factory that way. So it makes it a good option.
Yeah, the $1 million question is, who's going to shoot it faster?
I don't know.
Are we going to give you a handicap?
You should. I'm old.
Yes, good. And by handicap, I don't mean we're going to let you shoot it from your walker. You're going to have to draw that and still shoot it fast.
I can actually, you know, use a cane and since it's ported. All right, guys, we're down here on the range. We're getting ready to shoot the Bul Armory. We're going to try several different ones out. So we're going to see which one shoots the best. We're going to run a couple tests.
One of the speed tests we're going to run is going to be a modified version of El Presidente. So we'll have multiple targets, throw a reload in there, and then shoot the rest of them and see who can do it faster under shot timer.
Sounds like fun.
Actually shoots pretty well.
I think the porting really helps it, so keeps the muzzle down. It shoots, like I said, it's smooth and shoots fast. So.
Let's shoot it some more.
Shoot it ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Shoot it ready. Hold on. What happened here, Shane?
That ain't mine.
We're not gonna worry about that little guy.
That's not mine.
That was absolutely yours. All right, you beat me on speed, but I definitely beat you on accuracy. What happened with that one?
That's not mine.
You're a liar.
That was
that is
there.
absolutely yours.
You stuck that with a pencil or something. Thanks for watching another episode of Fire and Order. If you like seeing me beat the brakes off Mike on the range, then tune in every Thursday and you might see more.
It's not gonna happen. And you cheated anyway.
It's gonna happen.
It's definitely not gonna happen.